you sure? I'm waiting. I'm not going to. I'm here now. Put my phone on silent.
Coming anyway, so she won't be a minute. So, okay, girls, we're going to get going, and then I am recording this. You'll be pleased to know I've remembered. So I just wanted to introduce you. And obviously, we have our Zoom calls on a Sunday evening. It's either just me or somebody from the team, or I'm going to try and get some guest presenters. So this is the beautiful Jenny Harris, face of the catalogue. Jenny and I met at a training event that we did for Lucy up in Bolton a few months ago. Obviously, I was talking about parties, offs, and Jenny did a really great presentation on blitzing, which I was really sort of captivated by, because she went into what she did and how it works for her, and all the different things that she uses. And I guess I'd never really thought about it in as much detail. So what I'm going to do is just hand her over to Jenny. So she's going to share her screen, hopefully, so you can see her presentation and just kind of walk through it with us. So thank you, Jenny.
Thank you so much. Firstly, thank you, ladies, for taking time to be here. Hang on. For being here. Training, any kind of training, any kind of personal development, you invest in time is not wasted. So anything that you can do to make you better than you were yesterday is an investment. So, thank you so much for taking in. It's 8:30, and I'm sure that lots of things you could be doing. So I am grateful for the fact that you are actually here. So as Katie says, I want to share my screen with you, share my presentation that I did up in Bolton back in July. So I don't know if you'll still be able to see me, but that's not necessarily bad. Okay, so in fact, whilst I've got you there, I'm going to nip and get my Blitz cards that I didn't put with me, so I'm so glad you reminded me. Right, just grab them. Okay, cool. Oh, okay, right, so let's get started. Okay, so my objective for today, or for this evening, the time that we've got together, is to give you at least one thing that you can take away straight away into your business as of today, at the very latest tomorrow. So that's the goal and the objective of this evening. So who am I? As Hayley said, we were at a training in July that Lucy Moore put on. But as into who I am, I'm married, so I've got 2 teenagers. There in the picture there, they're my huge why. I live in Warwickshire and I'm a retired police officer. I retired from policing in 2014, right after I started my unique adventure. I was a sergeant and I'd done 26 years in policing, so I'd been there for a long time. And in 2012 was when I made the decision. Well, the decision was actually made for me. I was diagnosed with osteoarthritis in both my knees. So I had my first of a couple of operations, which didn't go particularly well. So it kind of made me start to think, you know, it's time for a career change. But I had no idea what I wanted to do. So hereby was when the journey started. So I kind of started looking around for something, but wasn't really looking because I knew I didn't want to do anything at all that was police orientated, no types of investigation, nothing like that. And I also knew I didn't want to work for anybody else, and I didn't want to have to wake up to an alarm every day. So those are the things that kind of moulded the direction that I was going to go in and led me to working for myself. And that was something I'd always wanted to do, but I'd never had the courage to actually do it. So I'd been invited along to a presentation, which I now know was a Forever Living presentation, back in May of 2014. And that was when I was actually introduced to network marketing. I arrived at this meeting, I was completely blown away by the number of women that was in the environment. Having come from a particularly male-dominated environment, it was nice. It was actually nice to be in a room full of literally 200 women on a Tuesday night. And once they started talking about the business model, I was hooked. I knew that it was something that I could learn. I knew it was something that I could do. And I knew that, once I found something that I was passionate about, that I was going to give it my all. But I also knew straight away that Forever Living was not going to be the vehicle. So literally 3 weeks after that, I stumbled across the unique opportunity on Facebook. Somebody had written a tiny little post saying that Unique was coming to the UK in September 2014. It was a makeup range, it was a new makeup range that was coming. So that immediately piqued my interest, and the rest is history. I then went online to find my sponsor. The person who I actually saw online wasn't somebody that I wanted to work with, but I quickly went onto Facebook, found ladies to become my sponsor, and if you don't know who my sponsor is, you probably won't know. But my sponsor is Katie Thompson, so she's one of the Wall of Influence earners. I think she's probably number 6 earner in the whole of Unique. I know she's currently running for Black Status 2, she's Black Status 1, and she's running for Black Status 2, and she is not only my sponsor, but she's also my Black Status upline. And she's also taken away all of those things. She's also become one of my best friends. So, Unique has given me that, and for that I'm obsessively grateful. And in July of this year, I qualified as a IMA makeup artist, which is a very prestigious makeup school, and it means that I can go literally and work abroad as well as on a MAC counter. I can work on any counter. It's a recognised qualification. So that's a little bit about me. So, what is blitzing? I had a look through, all sorts of, the Oxford Dictionary, all the dictionaries. I had a quick scan through. Couldn't really find anything, so I kind of made this up myself. It's kind of a fusion of what I believe it to be. So it's a Jenny Harris / Wikipedia definition. And basically, it's a blitz campaign. It's marketing strategy designed to promote a product or a business quickly through the use of marketing materials. So I've got a quick question, even though I can't actually see you. I'm hoping.
Are you looking at your? Have you shared your screen, Jenny?
Yeah, can you not see it?
No, I can't see your screen.
Oh, hang on then. Oh, right, hold on. I did click.
Share
Hold on.
and then double click it.
Let me come back out of it. Hold on. Oh, that's a shame. Hold on. Hang on. So what can you see?
Just you. Your face.
Oh, okay. Hold on then.
Usually if you click share screen and then find the document, it'll come up, but if it doesn't. There we go.
Is that working now?
There we go.
Okay.
I got it.
Let me find my presentation. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Gosh! So,
technology.
Okay, so that was the me. When I said this is my picture, okay, so there's my why. That's a little bit about me. That covers that. What's blitzing covers that, and the 3 ways to blitz. Okay, so in fact, let me go back to my slideshow. Can you still see it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so 3 W's. What do you need? What do I actually say? What do I say? Not who do I say? What do I say and where do I go? So what do you need? Okay, so here are some of my things. Can you see me? Yeah. Okay, some of the things that I use to blitz. So that's just one of the old blitz cards, which is about virtual business. This is my mascara one, and I'll tell you what I do with that one. This is just another one that I've got. It's got products on. I also use my business card, which has my name on the face on the front. I have one with just mascara on. And I also have a 10% off.
You might have to show us those after, Jenny.
Okay.
We're looking at your screen.
And you can't see them. Okay. All right. So can you see what is on my screen now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Blitz cards, leaflets, anything that you can do that's going to identify you in your business is what you need. So you don't have to have all this stuff, just as long as when you go out and about, people know, when you stop people, you don't just look like a random stranger stopping somebody, because that's really important. So just having, if you've just got a t-shirt with your name on, or even you just got a lanyard with a business card in it, just so that you don't look scared, because people can get a little bit scared if you just approach them. So that's just some of the stuff that I have on the back of my car as well. So that's just me going on that. So this is just me on some of the days that I go out blitzing. Up in this corner here, you can't see my screen, you can see inside of my car. And you can see my bag. Remember, did everybody get one of those bags at the beginning of the year? So everyone had those bags. Can you see my pointer?
Yeah.
Can you see my pointer? Okay. So that's my bag that I take out with me when I go blitzing. But I have lots of other bags because I've been lucky enough to get some of the bags that give you, that's got unique splashed all over it. So I use those as well. There's my blitz cards with my tops on, just having a bit of fun. There's me with the old catalogue. And there I am in this corner, completely unique to death. T-shirt, water bottle, everything.
Love it.
And I usually have my purple bag on those days as well. So it's about going out and having some fun. Because if you're having fun, people will talk to you. They will. They won't get so like, oh, what are you doing? So
you're
making
a concerted effort to blitz on those days you're dressed top to toe.
Yes.
Kind of like a concerted effort to blitz.
Yes. Okay. So yeah. So on the days when I go out dressed head to toe, I actually make a concerted effort to plan my blitzing days. So I plan them into my calendar. So I currently have this, and I don't go blitzing on a Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, because people are in a hurry and they're busy and they're usually with their families, they don't want to talk to you. So I go blitzing on quieter days. So Monday and Tuesday are days that I tend to go out blitzing. So I've got Tuesday the 4th, Tuesday the 4th, Monday the 11th, because I can't go on the 12th, it's on a course. And then my next one isn't until the 25th. So I actively plan those days. Sometimes I'll go with somebody on my team, sometimes I'll go, most of the time I go by myself, because people don't tend to get intimidated when they see you by yourself. But equally, when you first start out, you might want to do it with somebody else, because it's a comfort blanket. And what I mean by that is, if you go out and you get a no, or someone's not overly friendly, if you go by yourself when you first start out, the likelihood is you'll jump in your car and run and go back home. So, and that's just being honest. You know, you kind of, oh my God, they said no to me. You retreat back into your comfort zone, get in your car, you won't go have a coffee, and you'll go home. And it's just a complete waste of time. So if you can go with somebody when you first start, then that's great. But I mean, I've been going out blitzing now since November 2014. So it's something that's become part of my business, so it doesn't worry me now. But trust me, I did tell this story in Bolton, it took me about 8 weeks to pluck up the courage to actually go out blitzing. Almost every day for 8 weeks, I would get up, get dressed, say, yes, today I'm going to go blitzing, and then the phone would ring, or I'd make a cup of tea or something and not go. And there were other times when I actually got into my car and went out, and then got scared and got back into my car and came home. And then the day when I actually made got out the car I pulled up outside a salon that I was dying to go into. And I'd driven past it no end of time, and it was a gorgeous looking salon. And I got out the car, started to walk towards the door, got really scared, literally sprinted back into my car, sat there and started talking to myself, saying, this is mad, you need to go in there. And then I then had the idea, it came to me, because when you're thinking about things and how you can overcome something, it came to me, I looked up on the shop front, and there was a phone number. So I literally thought, so I wrote the phone number down, drove off, and then I phoned them back, literally drove around the corner, rang them back and said, my name's Jenny Harris, I just started with a company called Unique, and we sell fab mascara. Would it be okay to come in and drop off some leaflets? There were the little ones we had before. I've got some of there, but there was some little leaflets. Would it be okay to come and drop some off? And she said, yeah, no problem. So that threw me because she was so nice. So then I said, oh, who am I speaking to? I'll be in the area in probably the next 30 minutes. Is that okay? She said, yes. And I said, who am I speaking to? And I think her name was Sarah. And I said, thanks, Sarah. And then when I went in, so half an hour later, I walk into the shop, armed with my leaflets, and said, can I speak to Sarah? Because then she'd gone from being a cold prospect for me walking into the salon with everybody staring at you, when everyone's eyeballs turn on you because you're a new person, they don't know who you are. Instead of having that, I was able to walk in confidently and ask for Sarah. And she said, oh, are you Jenny? And I said, yes. And straight away, the conversation was warm. There was no suspicion, what are you doing here? We'd already had the conversation, the ice had been broken. So I handed her the leaflets. And as she started to read the leaflets, my line was, have you heard of Unique? And she said, no, I haven't. And I said, okay, great. I'm glad you haven't, because this is what it is. And I actually had some of those disposable mascara ones that I used to use all the time when I used to go out blitzing. And I said, would you like to try it? And she said, yeah, it's quiet. Do you want to try it? So I tried it on her, and I walked out of that shop on my first ever blitzing walking in. I walked out there with 6 orders from mascaras. So it was one of those. It had taken me 8 weeks to build up to it, but once I'd made the decision that the only person I'm stopping was myself. And the thing that drove me a bit further was because I knew that if I didn't get in there, somebody else would, because there's always going to be somebody waiting to take your place. So that was the driver to get me into blitzing. And once I've done it, it's old hat. But where do you go? And I say, literally, you go wherever you like. Salons, shopping centres, supermarkets, banks, coffee shops.
Walk in. You literally walk into supermarkets or banks and just start handing out your cards.
No. What I do, okay. So in supermarkets, I'll move on to that. I'll tell you what I do in supermarkets, and I'll tell you what I do in the banks. But what I'm saying is that you can blitz anywhere, wherever you are in your everyday life. You can actually blitz. What I would suggest is one of the things that I do is, if I'm going out on Tuesday, I will say to myself, I'm not coming home until I've spoken to 20 people, or given out 20 business cards, or given out 20 blitz cards. So I set myself a goal. So I go out with a goal, because if you just go out and just think, you can blitz just while you're out and about, and that's okay. Just make sure you've always got some business cards with you. But if you go out on a particular blitz, then have a goal, so that you don't become discouraged, because it's really easy to go out, give out a couple of leaflets, and then come home. Whereas if you tell yourself, my goal today is to go out and give out 20 leaflets, or 10 or 5, or whatever that number is, it doesn't have to be 20. It could be 5 for your first time. It could be 2 for your first time. Whatever you choose that number to be, then don't come home until you've done it. And what I would say is, a really good tip is to tell somebody you're going to go out and blitz on that day. And tell them that you're not coming home until you've handed out 2 cards. And then tell them, message them, quick message on Facebook, yay, I've done it. I've just given out 1. And just somebody who's going to keep you going, so that if they're not with you, somebody who's a friend that can keep you going. And if somebody says no to you, or somebody's unkind, and you will get that sometimes, you'll approach somebody and they'll, no, I'm not interested. That's okay. They're not interested, that's fine. Don't be discouraged by them, because the next person you talk to may well just be interested. So department stores, makeup counters are good. I like makeup counters, and basically anywhere where there are people. You can blitz anywhere. School playgrounds, and if you've got young kids, school playgrounds, school, anywhere, literally anywhere where there are people that you can talk to, you can blitz. So what do you say? Okay, so this is the bit that I get the most questions for. What do you say? So Shari Brown used to talk about in fact it wasn't Shari Brown, I'll go on to the next The next one, Sharon. The silent blitz is literally I call that the silent blitz, when you just go out, and if you go into ladies' toilets or a restroom, a coffee shop or somewhere, and you just leave your blitz cards or business cards in situ when you leave. That's a silent blitz. Or you leave them in the ladies' toilet. Okay? Is that you? You're a silent blitzer. Okay. So that is a silent blitz. And you just never know. Somebody might just pick it up and it might just work. Or you might pique their interest. Whether they'll come back to you is a different matter, but at least you pique their interest. But you just never know. If you give out, I talk about numbers and averages. The more you give out, you just never know who's going to come across. And the person who picks it up might have already had their interest piqued with unique. They might have come across it on Facebook, but they haven't met anybody in real life. And that's usually the thing. They'll say, I've seen it on Facebook, but I've never actually seen it in real life. So that's the silent blitz. The second one is that if you ever need blitz. Now this was I listened to a few, I love Shari Brown, and I titled this on what she says, but it's kind of what you do, but I just wanted to give it a name. But Shari Brown, her blitz, and she will clearly tell you, she's probably a lot better now, but when she first started out, she never really used to blitz people. She was in a supermarket, and this is, I do this as well. You're in a supermarket, or you go to the bank, or there is a transaction that takes place. So, for argument's sake, the cashier, she's really busy on the till, and you've got queue behind you. She hands you your change, you hand her a business card, and you basically say, if you ever need to earn some extra cash, give me a call. And it's as simple as that. So I say that's kind of one up from the silent blitz. So it's when you're building your courage and stepping out your comfort zone. Because not everybody can, you can, but not everybody will jump straight into a full-on conversation. It's a slow build for some people. So one up from the silent blitz is if you ever need. So if you ever need, and you say that you're offering some help, and people like to be helped. And normally, as well, what I will do in that, I will have had a little bit of a conversation with the girl it's usually someone on a checkout, bank, wherever. Usually when we're having that transaction, I will because all of them, most customer orientated, customer led organizations now, staff have their name on their top. I always address them by their name. So I will say, hi, Hayley, how's your day going? And start the conversation. And if because they're in that position, they will normally talk back to you. And I usually say, what time did you finish work today? How long have you been on? But just general chit chat. I never talk about the business, just general chit chat. And then when she gives me my change and I take my receipt, I then say, if you ever need to earn a little bit of extra cash, give me a call, and give them the business card. And that's it. And you can usually see them looking at it and thinking, ooh, pop it in their pocket as you walk away. Again, there's no exchange of personal details, so it's still quite impersonal, but it's a build-up. You're getting there, and the more you do it, and the purpose of these two things is the more you do it, at each time you do it, you start to get a little bit more courage, and the fear starts to dissipate, and you just get a little bit better because you've got to do it. It's the action. It's the action of going through that motion that is going to get you to where you full on blitz. So that's if you ever heard blitz. The next one is a lot more interactive. So the complement blitz is the one where, so in the picture down here, this is the one I'm talking about, the exchange down here. If you ever need anything, that's what's going on there. This one here is in an aisle. So you can do this anywhere. I like doing this. So this is the one where you see somebody and she's either I'm a shoes girl. So I like shoes, I like handbags, I like anything. Coats, a good lippy, anything that draws my attention, I will say, have you, oh my goodness, I really like your whatever. And they go, oh my God, thank you. That's really kind of you. And that's how the conversation starts. So then you usually say, oh, what sort of day you're having? And I've had full-on conversations for half an hour at meat counters in Tesco's and Aldi and anywhere. With people just from paying somebody a compliment, because let's face it, not many people compliment each other anymore. Everyone's so busy, everybody's rushing around, nobody has time to compliment anybody. So that is, you will not normally make somebody's day if you just take a second just to tell them that you like something about them, to make it really personal. During that conversation, and you can really establish and build a real quick rapport just by a couple of things that you say. So, you know, how's your day going? What have you, you know, not what you're up to, but how's your day going? Or if it's a shoe thing, even if I know where the shoes have come from, I will say, oh my God, love your shoes. Where did you get them? I've been looking for some shoes like that for ages. Same with the lipstick. You know, that, I love the colour of your lipstick. I sell one a little bit like that. Where did you get it from? So you're just striking up a conversation and you're just starting a conversation. And then you just say, oh, my name's Jenny, what's yours? And they will tell you 99% of the time. I wouldn't say that's the name thing straight away, but I used to just drop it in and say, I didn't catch your name, what's your name? And then they would chat, and I say, oh my God, if you know, I've got this great business, some great cosmetics. If you'd like to learn a bit more about it, give me a shout. And you give them a business card or a Blitz card or whatever. As they take the business card or the Blitz card, at that point, I will say, I really loved and enjoyed talking to you. Are you on Facebook? And they go, oh yes, I am. Would you mind if we kept in touch via Facebook? And I've never had anybody say to me no. They always say yes. And what I do is I get them to send me a friend request, and then I accept it there and then. And then I tell them I'm going to send them a message just to say, I'm the crazy lady from the supermarket. Lovely meeting you. And then you've got them with eyeballs on your Facebook page. And if you're using your Facebook page like you should be using your Facebook page, then they're going to see what you're doing. And then I usually give it 24, 48 hours before I then message them and start a conversation. So just say something like, it was great talking to you the other day in the supermarket. And, you know, I mean, normally I'll have gone through their Facebook page to find a little bit more about them. They've got kids, what they do for a living, that kind of stuff. And I have a point of conversation to start. So if I look at their page and they just come back a holiday, which has been one of the things through the summer, just come back a holiday, I'll say, oh my God, you know, even if I've been there 1,000 times, I'll say, oh my God, I always wanted to go there. What was it like? What would you recommend? Blah, blah, and just let them talk about them. And then say, is that the first time you've been? Just something that you can talk about, but not talk about your week. I do that probably I'll have some exchange, a conversation with them, but I never mention the business in the first conversation, never. I'll then make some notes and I will go back to them, perhaps 3 or 4 days later, talk about something else, and then I'll say, well, what do you do for a living? Because that's the easiest way to get someone to ask you what you do, is by asking them what they do. So as soon as you ask them what they do, they will tell you, and then they'll say, what do you do? And then you can tell them. Has anybody got any questions? I know I'm chitter-chattering, I'm conscious of the time.
Well, they're all on mute at the moment, so that's the only thing with Zoom. You can't have everyone talking at once.
No, that's okay, that's fine. But if anyone's got any questions, they can. If you've got a chat thing, I'll have a look at it and I'm done. So that's the compliment Blitz. You start with a compliment, but that is the one that you can really take, and you basically lead them to your Facebook page. And that's great. That's and you can have some fun with that. You can pick who to start the conversation with, what to start the conversation about. If they've got something on their T-shirt that's funny, it could be anything. You can start a conversation and compliment somebody on anything. It could be a T-shirt, hair color. It could be absolutely anything. But I understand that takes a bit of courage sometimes. But you have to practice it. It's practice. And the first time you might just offer a compliment and they might say thank you and then you walk away. That's a step in the right direction. You might, next time, I say to myself, this is how I built up, but okay, today I'm going to go out and I'm going to tell 5 people that I love something about their face or their makeup or just something about them, and then leave it at that. Because when you've done that, that means you are 5 times better than you were the day before. So it's all about taking those steps, because like I said, the objective is to be better than you were yesterday. every day. And every day set yourself, doesn't matter how small a goal it is, for you, as long as it's making you better than you were the day before, then that's a result. And then the have you ever heard this? Have you heard this? Now this one is quite interactive. This is what I did with Louise in Bolton. And I use, in fact I'll talk about that. Let me talk about that when you can see, because I can't. Can you see that? I'll do it when I come off the chair. So we'll go back to that. So let's do this. So have you ever heard this? So that's when I did it. Okay, so what you need to do is decide to make blitzing a regular activity in your business. You have to do it. It's a bit like parties. You know, you have to split your business in different parts because they all work to make your business better. So don't just focus on one thing. But what I would say is focus on doing one thing well. And once you've got that, going the way you want it, then move on to something else. Because what you don't want to do is become overwhelmed, thinking I've got to do this, I've got to do that, I've got to do that. Because when you do that, you end up doing absolutely nothing. Because that's what overwhelm does. It just sends internal workings go into, oh my God, I can't, it's all too much. And then you just end up doing nothing. So blitzing is great, but don't think I want to do blitzing, I want to do 6 million things. Blitzing is fantastic and do it, but make sure you kind of plan for it and work it into your business. Blitz with a biz partner, that's great, it really is, because blitzing when you first go out, like I said, if somebody says, no, thank you, because you will get some people who are in a hurry and they're not saying no to you, they just don't have time to stop and talk to you, or they think you're going to try and sell them something, or they think you're going to have them to do a survey. There's all these people that stop you, these marketing people that stop you, or there's a charity, want to donate to a charity. So you will get some people who just say, no, thank you, and keep on walking. That can be a little bit, the first time you do it. But you just say, okay, thanks, no worries, and keep walking. If you're with a biz partner or just a friend that you go with, then it will keep you going because you won't then get scared and run back to your car or run and get coffee and go home. And even if you are frightened, do it afraid. You're not going to get any better if you just stay in the same place. We all know that nothing grows in the comfort zone, hence my little picture over here. You've got to grow. You've got to start somewhere. Doesn't matter how or when, just do it, and do it even if you're scared. And that you are amazing and you are doing more than most people. So yes, because most people don't actually go out and do any blitzing at all, which I find really surprising, because it's one of the first things that I thought, I need to go out and do this. But don't get caught up in it. So don't think, she says I've got to go blitzing, I've got to go, don't do that. Do it when it suits you. Make it a habit. It can be a once a month habit. It doesn't have to be a 3 times a month habit. It could just be a once a month habit.
Yeah. That's
all. It doesn't need to be a huge thing. And then that's it.
Oh, brilliant. Well, I have got some questions.
Fabulous. Let me come down from there. Okay. So.
Let's have a look. So Sylvia was just asking where you, could you just show us your Blitz cards again and via your back office? And also Sarah was just asking where you get your Blitz cards from. She's used Scan It Media, but wondered if you'd used any other places.
Okay, so I have used Scan It Media in the past. I don't use them now, but I have done in the past. These two, and I'll show you that one in a minute. These are the ones that I like. So this is the virtual business one. So the other thing I would say is decide as well what you're going to blitz. So are you going to lead with your business? So if you're going out on that day to talk about, speak about the business, or you're going out to try and get sell products and get eyeballs onto the products. So you can kind of decide.
You kind of have a business and a product one. So whatever you're doing that day, you're focusing on one area.
So don't be jumping around all over the place. Focus on what it is you want to do, what you want to achieve on that day. Because you blitz, you should just think about, give it a little bit of thought and a little bit of plan. Because when you think about where you're going to go, then that's kind of going to give you an idea of the kind of people you're going to come across. So if you're going out at lunchtime, you're going to be coming across people who are at work. 99% of the time. So if you go out between sort of like 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock, people you're going to bump into are people who are going to grab a sandwich, grab some food from work. They might just be the people that you want to talk to about your business opportunity.
Okay, so you've got, which ones do you use?
Right, okay. So can you see these? So I've got this one.
Probably put it a bit closer because of the asset. So is that the one from the back office?
That's one from the back office. I also use this one. I have no idea where I got this from, but that's another one that I used.
Okay.
And then I think Scannic Media is where I got my business cards with my face on.
Okay.
Then I have that one with the mascara. And then I have the 10% off discount voucher. So people like, and I'll tell you how I use this one. This is very effective.
So where do you get yours from then? Where do you order yours from?
So I tend to order them from, so this one of my friends designed this, and I think I sent it to corporate. I've had this one quite a while. Sent it to corporate, they authorised it, and then I just sent it to a printer on Leaflet Frog is one of the printers that I use. So you can create your own. I'm getting away from using the ones in the back office. I'm actually going to start to create my own and make it more about me rather than unique. So there's loads of really good ones in the back office.
Yeah.
I use, and I only ever used to buy these when there was a discount.
Yeah.
When Vistaprint used to have, it's not Vistaprint anymore though, is it? It's somebody else. Yeah. So, but I mean, there's loads of different places as well now that are doing Blitz cards, setting up businesses to, because it's only unique presenters, it's a viable option for them. So I would just see if anybody's got any groups, because there's loads of groups on Facebook, and just see who's doing the cheapest. Because the other thing is, I would not, although these look lovely, depending on who you want to talk to, my business ones, I tend to splash out a little bit more on. The product ones, I just tend to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So Fiona's asking, how do you blitz in a bank?
Okay. So when I get to the bank, I have made it a regular activity to go to the bank now. So even if I don't need to go to the bank, I will go, rather than take my money out from the cash point, I'll go into the bank. So I chat to the girl, I'll, hi Rachel, how's your day going? Chat. Just what I would do in the supermarket. And then while I'm talking to her, she gives me my money, because they need your card, swipe, chat, and do all that sort of thing. And when she gives me my money, I say that what I do, and I say I run a small business from home. If you're ever interested in some extra cash, here's my business card, and just give me a call. And then sometimes, there's 2 banks that I use. I've had parties from them. No one has joined the team yet, because in banking they kind of earn some decent money. But I am actually talking to one girl at the moment who's gone to maternity leave, and she doesn't want to go back to work. So, but that is from a contact from the bank. And the thing is with blitzing, don't expect anything to happen straight away. It's like anything else. It's no different to being on Facebook or the other mediums that you use. You still have to build relationships with people. People still need to get to know you. It just means, though, that I think the advantage of blitzing is people get to see you and meet you face to face. So they get a feel of your energy. They get to see how enthusiastic you are about your business. And they feel like they know you. Whereas Facebook is great. It's a great way to meet people and reach a lot more people. And that's why Facebook Lives are great now, because it just gives you, people say to me now, today, Sundays is a contact day for me, so I spend a lot of time on Sundays connecting with people that I've made friends with that I've not had a chance to catch up with. And I messaged one woman today, and she actually said to me, oh my God, Jenny, I feel like I know you. Because I see your posts and your videos all the time. So videos are great, and if you haven't done Facebook Live, you don't do Facebook Live, please do it. It's the one thing at the moment that Facebook is saying will get your posts above everybody else's and into people's news feeds. And when people are liking, when I get them to comment on my live videos and just tell me where they're from, or give me a thumbs up if they can hear me. When you do that, that puts your live feed video into all their friends' news feeds. So live videos, if you're not doing them, you're just doing yourself a disservice. Do them, and do them scared. No matter how scared you are, do them, because people actually think that they know me, which is really quite funny.
It's good, isn't it?
It is.
Angie, I think it's probably the same question, but she's asked how you approach blitzing at a makeup counter. But I guess, is that pretty similar to how you do it as a bank, really?
Yeah, it's pretty similar. But in as much as the makeup counter girls can be a little bit, obviously, just about their makeup, just like we are.
Yeah.
So I just say to them, it's usually a conversation that's struck up. I go and ask them about foundation, what's the coverage like, or what's the mascara like, or whatever. And then usually, and I say, do you only use this brand? Is this the only brand that you use? 99% of them will say that no, it's not the only brand that they use. So even though they are supposed to, they wear their brand for makeup, for work, they're not 100% loyal to their brand. And I'll say to them, if you fancy earning to get some discount, and I actually ask them how much discount they get on their discount counter. And it's usually about 15%. Is what they get as staff.
That's a good approach, actually, asking how much staff discount they get.
Yeah, because in Unique, then they can get 20 to 25. And that usually pulls them in, because we all want to get some discount on that.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for that, Denny.
That's okay.
Does anybody else have any other questions you want to type out? They're all just saying thank you. I don't know whether you can see the chat. Can you see the chat?
No, I can, actually, let me...
Just
yeah. Oh, it's there. It is.
That's great. I did have a question, actually. It's completely gone from my head, but I like how you make it a dedicated activity, whereas I don't. I take my blitz cards out with me, and I'm a bit of a silent blitzer, or if I've built a relationship over time, like with the same girl at Costa and things like that. But what I don't do is make it an actual activity that I might do once a fortnight or once a week. I think that's definitely something worth doing. I'm going to get myself all kitted out.
Yeah, and the thing is, it builds your confidence. If it does nothing else, it builds your confidence to talk to people. So when you do what I sometimes think, when you get a raging prospect, that's somebody who's really interested in what you're doing, you won't get scared. It'll just be easy just to talk to them. Whereas I know in the past, if somebody spoke to me when I first started, someone asked me about Unique, I'd get all tongue-tied. And if nothing else, it gets you talking about your business really easily. So if someone says to me, what do you do?
Yeah.
It just flows. Instead of you getting, what do I say? And start to retreat, you actually get used to just talking. And that's what blitzing does. And doing it on face-to-face. Because when you do it on your computer, it gives you time to what am I going to say? And you can think of an answer. But when you're face-to-face with somebody, and that's why networking is also really good, because it helps you just to be able to talk about your business, and it becomes second nature rather than you panicking, or what do I say? What do they mean? They're trying to catch me out. So I think I'm trying to sell them something. You get very confident in what it is that you want to say about your business.
Yeah. I remember my question, actually. So, if you're out in the shopping malls or shopping areas, sometimes they can be quite funny, can't they? Because you need a license or something, a permit. That's it.
Yes.
Is there places that you avoid because you need a permit, or do you do it on the sly? Or
I do it on the sly, so I'm not put off by things like that. So yes, so there are some places that are really, really hot. Sometimes I go to Leicester and they don't like it in the Royal Priors. They don't like it there at all. So I just will blitz outside in the street. So people are coming out, but normal shops, if you go into a town centre, there's loads of places to blitz. There really is. And in places like House of Fraser or Debenhams, you can just, you can do, can I give you one of these? So here's my 10% card. We'll talk about this one. So this is a 10% card. This approach is really, really good, because you just say to somebody, and most people want discount. So somewhere like Boots, where people are hovering around the makeup, you know, they're all looking, minding their own business. I go up to them and say, oh, I can see that you love makeup, you're clearly a makeup lover. Can I give you this 10% voucher? I sell makeup from home, and if you ring me on my number, my details are on the back, I will sort you out a discount on the exactly the same products and the better quality and give it to you. And I've had sales from that. So
And where did you get those from, Jenny?
I think I got these from Scanit. I think these are from Scanit Media. They come in different colours. I went for pink, but I think they come in purple. And they weren't expensive.
You need to have a look at this Scanit Media. Is it a Facebook group?
Yeah, there is a Facebook group. It's called Marketing Materials for Unique Presenters.
Right. Okay.
I think that's what it's called, something like that. It's run by a woman called Elaine Baker. And I think her Facebook profile is public. So she used to be a unique presenter, but she obviously thought this is a more lucrative business. Her name's Elaine Baker. So if that's not her name, if that's not the name, just come back to me now. In fact, let me do it now.
Great stuff.
I'll add you.
I might even be in it. I just don't know because I'm in that many groups.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Oh my God. Talk to me about groups. Marketing.
How does the 10% work? Do you order and pay the 10%?
Yes, 10% off. Yes. So obviously, I get paid 30% on my. So I effectively only earn 20% when I give someone 10% off. So what I do is, I'll take the 10% off, and I will order it and send it out to them.
Yeah. So Jenny's either taking the 10% hit out of her 30% commission,
yes.
or
yes.
if you had a lot of Y cash, you would just deduct that amount of Y cash, 10%'s worth off at the till. At checkout.
Yeah. Yeah, I tend to keep my white cash for me and spend it on new products. I've just spent £700 on every new product that came out. So what I do is, say mascara is £23. I'll take £2.30 off that, so they only pay me what's £2.30. They pay me the postage and packaging, which is £2.80 because I use my Hermes. They send that to me via PayPal, and then I will just order it in my bulk order and just send it out.
Yeah. Great. I think that's about it, Jenny.
Is it?
Thank you so much for going through that with us. Yeah. Oh, thanks very much for hang on, she messaged something else. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much for going through your Blitzing presentation with us. I know I found it really useful when I saw it in Bolton, so it's going to give me a kick up the backside to make it an actual task in my business.
It's one of those things. It's a bit like me, and you're coming on to do parties. Yeah. I've been really kind of, I think they're just scary because they just look like such hard work, and I haven't been organised, and it's organisation that is catching me. So I'm grateful for you coming on because that will give me a back.
No worries.
None of us are perfect at everything. We're all still learning. Well, I'm certainly still learning, despite had my 2-year anniversary yesterday, so I was very excited about that.
Oh, congratulations.
Yay, 2 years. I can't believe where the time has gone. It's gone so quickly. But yeah, it's been great fun. And but if anybody needs anything, so you can, please feel free to follow me on Facebook. I'm nearly at my maximum for friends. So you're more than welcome to follow me. If you want to send me a message, ask any questions, anytime, it's absolutely no problem. I've got no problem with that. If I can help you in any way, then just ask.
Thanks so much, Jenny. I will see you on Thursday.